Hi, Barry here. This is a short film about the Metabones Speedbooster adapter for the Sony FS700 and FS100. These cameras have a Sony E mount, which makes them compatible with digital SLR lenses, but you need to use non-manufacturer specific adapters to make them fit. Now, there are different types of digital SLR lenses, and with Nikons and Zeiss's with Nikon fit, really easy because they're completely manual. So you've got a completely manual iris and focus ring. And as a consequence, all you need is a mechanical adapter in order to make them fit. But it's much harder with Canon lenses. But it's harder because the iris control is operated by the camera. So your camera has to control your iris with an electronic interface. There are two solutions for this. The MTF system has an external iris control. You can see that here. There's the iris control, and here's the physical adapter. Works really well. The downside of this is that you have to use batteries for the device. So the Metabones adapter was released, and this is really good because the lens actually has the power that comes from the camera and allows you to control the iris from the camera body. So it works exactly as if you were using a 5D Mark II. Another ramification of this, though, is that because EOS lenses are full frame, you have a wider image with a Canon 5D Mark II or a 5D Mark III than you do with Super 35. The regular Metabones adapter just shows you images that you would expect from Super 35. But if you want to use the images that are overscanned and outside the sensor, you need to use the Metabones Speedbooster. Right? There's one of those. It works exactly the same and does the same job as the regular Metabones, but it does have a little optic in there. And the optic will give you a 1.4 times wider image, and consequently it'll give you the full frame 35mm image, the same as the Canon 5D Mark II and Mark III. But it has another benefit in that you gain one extra stop in light sensitivity. How does it do this? By concentrating the full frame picture into a 0.7 times smaller image, you end up concentrating the larger image into a smaller one. Think of a sunlight focused through a magnifying glass. And this increases the light level of the resulting image by one stop. So if you look here, you've got two images produced by identical cameras and lenses, one with a regular Metabones and the other with a Speedbooster, and you'll see how much wider the image from the Speedbooster is. Exactly the same as if you were shooting, like I said, with the digital SLR cameras, but you also end up with twice the amount of light, so half the iris, as you can see from the images. Every doubling of light, every doubling of the frame rate halves the amount of light available. So this is particularly important if you're shooting slow motion, because gaining just one stop of light will allow you to shoot at exactly twice the frame rate under the same conditions. Another benefit using the Speedbooster is that it has a wide open button which makes manual focusing easy. It's the opposite of the depth of field preview function. Just one caveat to this, you have to use full frame EOS digital SLR lenses for the Speedbooster to work. So use the Canon L USM primes, Canon CP2s, Zeiss ZF or equivalent, and that way it'll work fine. Otherwise, it will vignette, won't work. Thank you.